Hey nerds, it's Sunday, October 6th, the 41st week of 2024, and I'm running down what's coming up this week, starting now. Welcome back to the Nerd Social. I'm Nathan. As always, if you want to jump ahead of the intro to what's coming up any day of the week, there are chapter links below. All right, let's get started. Today, Sunday, we have Ridley. I think this is episode 4 of season 2, The Hollow Tree Part 2. Ridley's investigation into the body found in a hollow tree leads him to suspect different men in the victim's life. When another body is found murdered with links to disgraced ex-copper Gene Dixon, the pressure builds to find the killer. We have Moonflower Murders, episode 4. Susan meets with Alan's ex-partner and learns about the relationship between Alan and Frank. Algernon discovers that Leonard and Samantha have a secret. So there's no episode of Matlock today. The next episode is on October the 17th, I think because of the American Music Awards, which I'll get to a little bit later. We have From, the 3rd episode of season 3, Mousetrap. Lenny leads a group into the forest in search of food as Donna and Ellis try to talk Boyd out of a dangerous plan. Meanwhile, Tabitha makes a mind-bending discovery. I have a new episode of The Penguin entitled Bliss. It's the 3rd episode of the season. Oz and Sophia must address the skeletons in their closet as they attempt to control the future of Gotham's drug trade, while Victor is torn between his new life and what remains of his old one. As I mentioned in the past, we get episodes of this in advance, so Colin will drop his breakdown of this tonight at 10 p.m. after the episode drops. We have The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, episode 2 of season 2, Moulin Rouge. Carol and Ash face an unforeseen diversion. Meanwhile, Daryl and Isabella discover a fresh danger lurking at the nest. Krapopolis, season 2, episode 2, entitled Thor. Tyrannus has a hunting mishap that brings the Norse gods to Olympus, forcing him and his family to deal with Thor, Loki, and bridge trolls. The Simpsons, season 36, episode 2, The Yellow Lotus. The Simpsons encounter death on vacation at a high-end resort. We have the series premiere of the franchise, a team trapped inside a dysfunctional hell of creating franchise superhero movies. At the end of the day, the question they face, is this Hollywood's new dawn or cinema's last stand? Is this a dream factory or a chemical plant? The first episode of the season is Scene 31, Tecto Meets I. While problems plague the set of the latest Maximum Studios superhero film Tecto Eye of the Storm, first assistant director Dan scrambles to keep the crew afloat amid a series of shakeups. Seems to be making fun of franchise movies like Marvel movies, but this is made by HBO, which is owned by Warner's, and they have quite a bit of franchise movies too. Anyway, we have a Solar Opposites special. It's called The Hunt for Brown October. The description of the special episode is spooky stuff is afoot when the spirit of Halloween starts to take over Corvo's life. And as I mentioned, we also have the American Music Awards tonight at p.m. on CBS. This is the 50th anniversary. The 2-hour special will serve as a tribute to the past 50 years and featured dazzling new performances, heartfelt artist interviews, legendary special guests, and exclusive never-before-seen footage from Dick Clark Productions' extensive archive. Iconic moments that have defined the award show and shaped pop culture. Doesn't seem to have a host, but you can see who the performances are there, and they have some appearances there on the poster as well. On Monday, we have a new episode of Brilliant Minds. This is chapter 3, The Lost Biker. A member of a biker gang seeks out Dr. Wolf's help as he grapples with life-threatening memory loss. The interns are tasked to help a young girl struggle with mysterious Caesars. We have the season premiere of the last season of Superman and Lois on the CW. They are dropping 2 episodes. The first episode is entitled The End and the Beginning. Superman is locked into a brutal battle with Luthor's monster, Lois, and the boys race against time to save General Lang. And the second episode is A World Without. Lana and Sarah join the fight against Luthor, who starts making moves in Smallville. Jordan and Jonathan butt heads over an important streaming decision. Don't have streaming for this, but we'll try to get them. We had them for previous seasons of Superman and Lois, but the interest in the show has waned over the years. This is the last Arrowverse adjacent show. On Tuesday, we have a new episode of Only Murders in the Building, Valley of the Dolls. This is the 7th episode of season 4. Terrified by a threat inside the trio race out of the city. A member of Charles's family provides refuge, and yet this safe house proves to be anything but. This is, I think, my favorite episode of the season. As usual, we'll have a spoiler-free review and a breakdown up for this, and you can check out the playlist for the previous episodes up there. New episode of High Potential, Dirty Rotten Scoundrel. This is episode 3. Morgan's intellect and cleaning experience prove useful when the detectives are called to a hotel room murder scene. Morgan navigates as dating, and Soto reveals details about Roman's disappearance. New episode of the Apple TV Plus show Where's Mwanda. This is entitled The Roths. It's a 3rd episode of the season. There's no description of this episode though. We have the season premiere of The Irrational season 2. General description of the show is Alec Mercer is a world-renowned behavioral scientist who lends his expertise to an array of high-stakes cases involving governments, law enforcement, and corporations with his unique and unexpected approach to understanding human behavior. First episode is Collateral Damage. When Rose goes missing, Alec quickly discovers this is no ordinary kidnapping. While Rose plays a dangerous game to stall for time, Alec takes matters into his own hands to find her. We have a Netflix special, Ali Wong, Single Lady. Divorced comedian Ali Wong explores the challenges of single life and finding new love in her raunchy stand-up special, Single Lady. On digital sale on Tuesday, we have Beetlejuice. After a family tragedy, 3 generations of the Dietz family return home to Winter River. Still haunted by Beetlejuice, Lydia's life is turned upside down when her teenage daughter, Astrid, accidentally opens the portal to the afterlife. This is on digital sale, VOD and DVD. The Blu-ray release will be on November 19th. Our review for this movie is above. Also on VOD and DVD, day and date is Beneath the Fold, set at the tail end of the 2007-2009 financial crisis. A team of local news people cope with the realities of a changing world, waning resources, and a clash of personalities. Gritty story about the dying days of print media. Borderlands comes to DVD on Tuesday as well. An infamous bounty hunter returns to her childhood home, the chaotic planet of Pandora, and forms an unlikely alliance with a team of misfits to find the missing daughter of the most powerful man in the universe, based on the video game. We have Cash Storm on VOD. After a group of bank robbers crashes their getaway car in a path of a tornado, their stolen cash gets swept into a funnel cloud. 2 scientists rescue the robbers along with the chatty influencer, embark on a comical, stormy odyssey, okay? And finally on Tuesday, we have Haunt Season on VOD. Targets cast members at a suburban Halloween haunt attraction, turning their stage injuries into gruesome real-life horrors. As the terror escalates, the lines between performance and reality blur. On Wednesday, we have a new episode of Agatha All Along. This is the 5th episode in the season. We don't have any screeners for this. We only got up to episode 4. Colin has been breaking those episodes down. There's a playlist above for everything that we've done with Agatha All Along. We have an episode of Bad Monkey, episode 10. We're in the memory-making business. The aftermath of the reckoning has shocking repercussions. This is the season finale of this show. Have the season finale of Slow Horses, Hello Goodbye. This is episode 6, and possible decisions are faced and sacrifices are made. 2 episodes of Grotesquerie. Wednesday as well. Episode 5, Lois finds herself one step closer to the killer. And episode 6, the description is, a strange clue sends Alice to a remote location. Have a new episode of The Secrets of the Dead on PBS. Mozart's sister, Maria Anna Mozart, was a musical prodigy just like her younger brother Wolfgang, although the children toured Europe together. Once Maria Anna came of age, she was left behind while her brother became became a star. For the season premiere of Abbott Elementary Season 4, the episode is titled Back to School. The construction site of a new golf course causes issues at Abbott, forcing the teachers to find creative solutions. An HR representative visits the school. Following their kiss, Janine and Gregory's relationship status is revealed. In theaters, we have Daytime Revolution. Mike Douglas takes a week off, and John Lennon takes over hosting duties. This is a documentary. Trail looks actually pretty interesting. On VOD, we have Hellboy, the Crooked Man. Hellboy and a rookie BPRD agent in the 1950s are sent to the Appalachians, where they discover a remote community dominated by witches and led by the sinister local demon, the Crooked Man. On Thursday, we have a new episode of Reasonable Doubt. The title of the episode is Who You Wit. After her failed performance on the stand, Sally is hanging by a thread, making Jax suspicious. However, Jax and Corey prep Chanel to take the stand before Jax realizes the truth about JT's murder. We have 3 more episodes of The Legend of Vox Machina dropping on Thursday as well, episodes 4 through 6. No descriptions for these. A new episode of Found, episode 2 of season 2. Missing While Difficult, a black newborn baby is abducted from the hospital while Gabby and the team continue their frantic search for one of their own. Someone from Sir's past pays Mosley and associates a surprise visit. Margaret has a public meltdown. We have Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. On Netflix, the complete first season follows the heroine Lara Croft as she explores new territory. I've had a copy of this since August, so I'll review this when it comes out this week. We have Outer Banks, the first half of the 4th season. On an island of haves and have-nots, teen John B. enlists his 3 best friends to hunt for a legendary treasure linked to his father's disappearance. We have this complete second season of Spellbound on Hulu. A 15-year-old who's from a small town in the US to Paris to study ballet, but her dancing dream takes a supernatural turn when she discovers a book of family spells and accidentally unleashes magical mysteries into her life. And we have a movie on Max called Caddo Lake. When an 8-year-old girl disappears on Caddo Lake, a series of past deaths and disappearances begin to link together, altering a broken family's history. On Friday, we have a new episode of Pachinko. This is chapter 16. There's no description for this episode though. Chapter 16, but this is the 8th episode of the season. We have a new episode of The Great British Baking Show on Netflix on Friday as well. This is collection 12, but series 15 in the UK. This is the 3rd episode. Don't have a description for it, but last week was Biscuit Week. We have the final episode of Voices American Historia, the untold history of Latinos. This is episode 3, Solidarity in a New Era, how Latinos contributed to the shaping of modern America, despite sometimes being regulated to the fringes of mainstream society. On Friday, on ABC, we have a special Latinos in Hollywood, Owning Our Destiny. This is a 1-hour special celebrating the resiliency, artistry, and ingenuity of Hollywood's creative Latino community while providing an in-depth look, representation, visibility, and creative opportunity both in front and behind the camera. We have the season premiere of Confidant on Max, follows Christelle, or Chris Gladden, a Parisian rock music fan who, after witnessing the harrowing 2015 Paris attacks, quickly joins a community of survivors. The first episode will debut. This is in French, but with subtitles. We have a short on Disney Plus, a Simpsons short, The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. Sideshow Bob teams up with the infamous villains of Disney Plus to share the true meaning for the Halloween season, filled with music, mayhem, and madness. This short from The Simpsons is simply to die for. On Shudder, we have the movie Daddy's Head. A boy and his stepfather fear for their safety after an eerie creature resembling the boy's recently deceased father visits them. On Netflix, the movie Lonely Planet. At a retreat in Morocco, a woman meets a young man whose acquaintanceship revolves into an intoxicating, life-altering love affair. I think Laura Dern and Liam Hemsworth is in this. Another movie on Hulu, Mr. Crockett. A mother embarks on a perilous quest to rescue her son from a demonic children's show host who is kidnapping kids. I'm gonna ask for a screener for this to see if I can review it. On Apple TV Plus, another movie, The Last of the Sea Women. On the shores of Jeju Island, a fierce group of South Korean divers fights to save their vanishing culture from from looming threats. On Max, we have the premiere of Tuesday. A mother and her teenage daughter must confront death when it arrives in the form of an astonishing talking bird. So the trailer for this, I haven't seen the movie yet, but we definitely will check it out on Friday. Never Let Go will hit VOD on Friday. When an unspeakable evil takes over the world, the only protection for a mother and her twin sons is their house and strong bond. Needing to stay connected at all times, even tethering themselves with ropes, they must cling to one another and never let go. On wide release on Friday, we have a re-release of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Jack Skellington, king of Halloween Town, discovers Christmas Town, but his attempts to bring Christmas to his home causes confusion. We have Piece by Piece, a vibrant journey through the life of cultural icon Pharrell Williams, told through the lens of Lego animation. Saturday Night expands to wider release. At 11:30 on October 11th, 1975, a ferocious troupe of young comedians and writers changed television forever. Find out what happened behind the scenes in the 90 minutes leading up to the first broadcast of Saturday Night Live. So I saw this last Wednesday at a critics reading. I have a review up soon. We have The Terrifier Part 3. Art the Clown is set to unleash chaos on the unsuspecting residents of Miles County as they peacefully drift off to sleep on Christmas Eve. On more limited release, we have The Apprentice, a story of how young Donald Trump started his real estate business in the 1970s and 80s New York with the helping hand of infamous lawyer Roy Cohn. I'd like to see less and less of this man. Bad Genius. This will be in theaters in VOD. A group of seniors at an entrepreneurial high school team up to take down a rigged college admission system. Bonus track. Charming teen and aspiring musician teams up with the son of a rock star to try to win the school talent show. Dominique, trained assassin Dominique, escapes troubled past, moves to South America, rife with violence, corruption. Sheltered by innocent family, she faces attacks from police mafia, must choose between self-protection and defending her hosts. I'm going to assume this is in a different language it was translated. The Silent Hour. A detective hearing loss and a deaf witness to a murder must lean on each other to outsmart killers they can't hear coming when cornered in an abandoned apartment block. This stars Joel Kinnaman. I think Kai Pfeiffer is in it as well. And finally, We Live in Time. An upcoming chef and a recent divorcee find their lives forever changed when a chance encounter brings them together in a decade-spanning, deeply moving romance. This stars Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. Alright, so that's it for this week. If you want us to cover any of the productions we aren't already covering, comment below, and if we get enough requests, we'll try to work them into our production schedule. If you found this video useful, be sure to like and share and subscribe to make sure you don't miss our next update or analysis, reviews, or news coverage. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.